and the Deputy Director of Business at Noaza Communication. Hi, Jumoke. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Okay, the next here is Udwak Samuel. Udwak is the group head creative at Yellow Brick Road, Lagos. Hi, Udwak Samuel. Good morning. Okay. Udwak, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. Okay. Maybe, okay. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Okay, the next person is Suziet Uke Agazi. I hope I got the name right. And Suziet Suziet is the copy and content lead at Etro OD Communications, Lagos. So we are still expecting like three other people here. Akintomide Bolanle, Baruch Akpata, and Farhan Mirza. Baruch is the founder and creative director of Beckhorse PSL from Lagos. Akintomide Bolanle is the head of production and account from Up in the Sky, Lagos. And Farah Mirza is the executive creative director, creative WML&R, Nairobi, Kenya. So I believe we can start with some of the jurors that we have here. So by the time they join us, we can see proceed with some of the things that we have. So welcome everyone, and this is the final judging of the Future Creative Leaders Academy, and we have schools participating from Nigeria. And this year we got 13 schools participating from University of Lagos, University of Ilorin, University of Ibadan, University of Nigeria, Lead City University, Covenant University, Ajayi Crowder, Lagos State University, Lagos State Polytechnic, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, and Pan Atlantic University, as well as Fountain and Federal Polytechnic, Nekede, Imo State. So these are, and we have more than 40 students participating in this competition. And out of the 40, just 34 were able to submit. And after judging the works of these 34, we were able to just select the top 5 winners who will be present. We'll be having their final presentation today. And among the 5, we have Theodore Ogedegbe is from University of Ibadan. Muslima Idris is from University of Ilorin. Goodness Okusanya is from University of Ibadan. Chidera Onyekaru is from University of Lagos. And Ninyola Olobayo from University of Ibadan. So the FCL Academy is on its 14 years, and every year we've been inviting students to participate in this program. So at the end of the competition, we'll be having prizes for our winners, and we'll be having prize for winners. We have prize for the school of the year, and we have the prize for the lecturer of the year. So, and I would like to give the floor to the dean of the faculty, Temitope Jemerigbe, to do a welcome address and have a say on this before we proceed. Hi, Temitope.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. And good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. It's nice to have you on this platform and being a part of this very laudable initiative. It's been an exciting journey. I mean, we've judged work and we've narrowed down to these finalists who are meant to be presenting to us. It was quite a task looking through the work, and I thank each and every one of the judges for the marvelous job of making a selection amongst the 34 submissions. I also welcome the finalists. I say congratulations. I think making it, even if you're not you're not the final winner, making it to this stage or to this point is quite commendable. And so I'll say well done and congratulations to you ahead. I would also welcome on board I know that we'll have the lecturers and the other facilitators who are taking time to train the participants and the students. I'd like to welcome everybody to wonderful presentation, I believe. We're looking forward to the time where we listen to the finalists present to us. So I wouldn't take too much time. I'll just say, let's hear you. Let's listen to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Temitope. And okay, so without wasting much of our time, I believe some of our presenters are here. And before we move on, I I know that some of them will be anxious and that, oh, will I be the winner? Or how will today be for us? So, and before we move on to the judging proper, and I would like to call on some cards here that I have just to entertain some of us or some of the participants. So for those that are MTN users, you can load this card as a gift for you. So are you guys ready? If you are ready, just show your hand for me to start calling the cards. Yeah, you can raise your hand. And if you have any comments, you can drop it in the chat box. So for us to follow you. Okay. Okay, I recognize the presence of Dr. BC Olawi. Dr. BC Olawi is from University of Ilorin, from the University of Ibadan, and I recognize the presence of Dr. Abdul Ghaffar Arikioyo, is from University of Ilorin. He's a lecturer from University of Ilorin, and other lecturers here. You're all welcome to this session. Okay, so let's start. MTN users, please, you can load this card. 1453579404238708 Okay, that's MTN. Once again, 1453579404038708 and 1. So if you got the card, you can signify by just sending a chat, a thank you chat, or raise your hand. So to all jurors here, I believe, and we know with much of our time, we've done the work already. So we just need to take a sheet of paper, and the score will only be will be rated on over 10. Oh, Niniola said she got the card. I thank you, Niniola. Yeah, congratulations. So to all jurors, I believe you all can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. So
can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Fantastic. Good afternoon, all. I was trying to speak earlier, but network and the powers that be. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be alongside you guys.
It's fine now. It's fine now. Okay, yeah. Okay. So to make it easy, we will just read them over 10. And so any score you give them from 0 to 10, that will be the final score. So we just need to take a sheet of paper and jot the scores down from each participant or each finalist. And like I said, we start with Theodore Ogedegbe, and followed by Muslima Idris, followed by Goodness Okunsanya, followed by Chidera Oyenkaru, and Ninyola Olobayo. So after their presentation, you just have to give them a final score of over 10. So at the end of the session, you can pass all the results to UDWAC. Yes, all jurors should please pass the result to UDWAC. So UDWAC will do the compilation and send it back to me. So after getting the results, I will now forward it to the Dean of the faculty, Temitope Jemerigbe, to make the announcement of the result. I believe that's fine. Or if you have any other proposition, so for us to, because we would like to make it faster and very easy for everyone.
Okay. Yeah.
If you have any,
just an additional remark. All the students who are presenting today have submitted the materials that they are going to present earlier, and they have actually been judged. So this particular session is to validate what all the jurors have actually seen before. So it's not going to be a new presentation to them. But one reason why this is done is to make sure that each student had actually done the work. They are allowed to partner with their lecturers. So their lecturers are their supervisors in doing this. But it's not the work of their lecturers. So they should be able to defend the work that they have done. So the process is that each student makes a presentation using a maximum of 5 minutes, and then wait for another 5 minutes for the jurors to cross-examine. So based on this, the jurors, if they believe that they have shown that they truly understand the subjects that they presented in the slides, then they will give them a score based on a scale of 0 to 10. So this is what will eventually be compiled and used to find the eventual winner. So that is to say that everybody that has reached this level is already a winner, but this is just a validation of that fact. Thank you.
okay, that's fine. So each participant will be having 5 minutes for their presentation and 5 minutes for question and answer. So I believe we are all ready to welcome the first presenter here.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please call the name of the first presenter so that, their microphone will be activated.
Okay. So the first presenter is Theodore.
Okay.
Theodore Ogedigbe. Yeah, Theodore. Okay, I welcome the presence of Bolanle Akintomidi, and she's the head of production of Up in the Sky, head of production and account from Up in the Sky. Hi, Bolanle. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
I'm on location, so I have to be mute most of the time, if you don't mind. Did you hear me?
Hi, Bolanle. Long time no see. We heard you.
All right, awesome.
Okay. No. Yes, I heard you. Welcome to Ogedigbe from University of Ibadan.
Good morning, I can hear you.
Okay, hi, Theodore. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, you'll be having 5 minutes for your presentation, and after the presentation, and you'll be given the floor to defend some of the things by getting some questions from the jurors. Okay. I hope you are ready.
I'm ready, sir.
Yeah, can you please share your screen? Okay. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, you can start.
Okay. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Theodore Awerusogene Ogedigbe from the University of Ibadan, and I'm here to pitch my campaign tagged Do It for Love. Before I start, I would like to give a brief story. Mr. Ashanti Swahili was an African factory worker who refused to get vaccinated for several reasons: religious theories, fear of the side effects, and belief in the Black immunity. In reality, he was not just enlightened enough. He eventually contracted the virus, which he spread to his two kids, who later died as a result of this viral infection. He was devastated when he discovered that he was the weak link and he didn't know that he had the virus because he was asymptomatic. This domino effect and tragedy could have easily been avoided if he had just vaccinated. We do not need an 18th wave of the virus before we vaccinate. It does not need to get as bad as polio before we vaccinate. Besides, vaccines are not even new to us. We've been exposed to lots of vaccines growing up: BCG, yellow fever, hepatitis, and lots more. This could just be another shot. If malaria were a virus and it had a vaccine, would you rather take a vaccine or risk being exposed every time? Remember, COVID-19 is worse, and it is not only cheaper to vaccinate, it is also wiser to vaccinate. We are a totality of our choices. A South African proverb says, Ubuntu, Umuntu, Gubuntu, Gabantu, which means I am because you are. Someone we love could get infected because we are infected. So someone could get protected because we are protected. This is a call to make responsible action in the spirit of concern, humaneness, and in love in any form it could be. As humans, we are not only responsible for ourselves, we are responsible for the ones we love and care about, our future and our world at large. It is not just an emotional appeal, it is also a functional and logical appeal. Built on these premises, I would like to tell you that that was the idea that motivated the Do It for Love campaign, and these are the strategies. I believe that if there are concerted efforts using several media and channels to enforce the theme Do It for Love with one voice, people will actually react and be spurred with positive reactions. A campaign theme song will be the first start. Artists from across Africa will have to sing a song using the Heal the World campaign. Remember, music is one thing common to all African cultures. So having artists like Cobham, Satiso, Diamond Platnumz, Casper and Yoves, and lots of them singing a song, which could be even compatible for TV commercials and even radio jingles, would resonate with our senses whenever we hear them sing to us, telling us to do this thing for love. There could be incentives for those who successfully vaccinate, giving them customized gifts like a cap, a t-shirt, or even a banner, or even a bangle. I mean, you wear it on your hand and it looks like a new cool thing. I did this for love. Going further, brands who even took losses during the lockdown could join in this campaign, placing the Do It for Love insignia on their packages. There's a research that says an average person gets to see 10 to 15 brands every day, even if this person doesn't go out. So imagine all the brands I see telling me to do it for love. No matter how intransigent I want to be, I will have an afterthought and put my family and my friends in context. And I may decide, okay, maybe I should try this thing. It should also be more than just a campaign. It should be an advocacy that people in the rural area should be put and carried along. Send health workers who have gotten these free shots to tell them that there's no risk in being vaccinated. It's actually safer and wiser to be vaccinated. This strategy includes other campaign taglines like, do not hesitate, vaccinate, protect yourself, protect our future, save the world. It is safer and wiser and cheaper to vaccinate than to be treated, especially as there is no cure yet. Our network providers could be carried along in this campaign. They could even put automated voice messages. Instead of hearing register for NIN when I'm trying to make a call, I could hear please vaccinate, and it comes in my own local dialect. The theme song could also even work as a caller tune. So I'm making a call and there's this nice song reminding me that I should get or try to vaccinate. It will actually resonate with my senses and maybe I should try this thing. Finally, a social media campaign or trend, tag hashtag do it for love or I did it for love would be very effective in this line. You know, people like to appeal to authority. So imagine celebrities like Burna Boy, Davido, as is on the screen here, posting a picture or video of themselves saying, I've done this for love. You too can do it for love, for the ones you love. It's going to break this domino effect. So we can start a new butterfly effect of getting vaccinated, getting protected. It could give us a realistic goal of even getting herd immunity. This is my campaign idea. And I strongly believe that if this is done and executed properly, the synergy of these messages with one voice would not only dispel the myth of the vaccine danger, but it will encourage people that, okay, this is safe to take. And if I do it for love, if you do it for love, if every one of us do this thing for love, we will have the chance to protect the one world that we do love. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Theodore. Okay, so we now give the floor to the jurors to make their own contribution and questions.
I think what we would do is just have a couple of, because each of these people for the question, we have only about 3 to 5 minutes. So maybe we would have 2 jurors, the first 2 jurors who speak up to take question for each of them. So if as a juror you have spoken, then the others will take when other participants are on. I don't know if you understand. So please you may go ahead and ask our questions from Theodore. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I have a question for Theodore. Nice presentation, a nice idea, but I want to know how this idea would run in the rural area, because these people, they don't use social media. Some of them don't even have television. So what is going to be done for these people to push this idea you have? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I placed in my strategy for the first number 4, that it should be more than a campaign. It should be streamlined as a sensitization program, translated and written in several other languages or dialects to make message more effective. Community and rural health workers could be included in this campaign. So the rural health workers that have been vaccinated can go and tell them too that I have been vaccinated and there's nothing wrong in it.
Okay, thank you. Do we have another question for Theodora? If we don't, then Akintola can simply announce the second presenter.
Okay. Any other question?
Okay, please let's move to the next participant, the next student.
Observation. Contribution from the jurors. So if the second.
Akintola, you're breaking up. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm struggling to hear him as well.
Okay.
I think basically he was asking if we had questions, or contributions to Theodore's presentation. And if not, we can move to the next participant.
Okay, hello. Okay. Okay. Do we have
Okay, we're having a problem here in Akintola, so maybe we'll just drive on. The only thing is he's the one that has the list of the participants.
Okay, I know everybody's struggling to hear him, but I heard what he said. He said, do we have Muslima Idris on the call? If we do, he or she can take the presentation. Yes.
Please allow Muslima Idris to come in and start the presentation. Please use if she's one to this person.
Sorry, who did you say?
Okay, do you have goodness here? I said Muslima Idris. Please allow Muslima Idris to come in.
You can send the list by chat just in case this fails again.
Okay, no problem.
The next three, just send it to me by chat.
Okay. Hi, Muslim.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Good afternoon.
Okay, good morning.
Yes,
good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay. It's still good morning.
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. I'm trying to share my screen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to share my screen.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
You'll be having 5 presentation. Muslima.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to share my screen.
Okay, no problem. Let's call the next person. Goodness Okusanya. We'll call you back.
All right, thank you very much.
Please, can you allow Goodness Okusanya to join in?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning, Goodness. How are you doing?
Very fine, sir.
Okay, can you please share your screen and start your presentation? You'll be having 5 minutes for your presentation and 5 minutes for question and answer.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, you can start.
Good day, ladies
Please
and gentlemen. My name is Goodness Okusoya. Before I kickstart this presentation, I'd like to share an experience with you. Many decades ago, it was considered very outlawed, strange, and even anti-trend for a woman to wear heels and socks. But you see, in 2017, Rihanna came on stage to the entire world and she wore heels and socks, and then boom, it became a trend. It became socially acceptable. Now, what's the moral of this story? People don't just accept things. They don't just do things. Many times they do it because influential people are doing it. And it is on this premise that this entire ad campaign is built. Hence the tagline, just like me. So the message is very simple. Get vaccinated, just like me. Now I move on to the situation. The situation on ground is this. There's a high degree of hesitancy in Africa. And facts also reveal that a lot of AstraZeneca shots have not yet been taken. And very soon they will expire. And there are many reasons for this hesitancy. Some believe that it is not safe, it's going to lead to a sure death. Other people believe that it's the mark of the beast. There are even some that believe that it doesn't even exist. And there are some that are just indifferent, they don't really care. And there are some that are not properly enlightened. Well, this ad campaign is aimed at addressing all these misconceptions and spurring people to take action. Now, what is the big idea? I was speaking to a friend of mine and I asked him a question. I said, are you going to take the COVID vaccine when you see one? Then he gave me an emphatic no. I asked him why. He said, my pastor said. Now, this is the point. People generally believe what influential people tell them. Now, I thought, since this is the case, why can't we have influential Africans persuade people to take this vaccine? Now, in this case, I chose Sadio Mane and Dr. Okonjo Iweala. Now, Sadio Mane is someone that has a global appeal to sporty people and people that love entertainment. And Sadio Mane is someone that has a global appeal. He's playing on a global stage, the Premier League. So it will easily appeal to these people, this set of people. Then we have Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She's a very influential woman, being the Director General of the World Trade Organization. It is easier for people to listen to what she says because she has huge followership and credibility. Now, the message these people are going to pass across is herd immunity. Herd immunity is achieved when 80% of the population is immunized from a disease. So these 80% are like heroes saving the entire population. Now, these two influential people are going to get the vaccine first, then are going to tell people that be heroes just like me. Now, this way, the vaccine is not something that people are going to fear or dread. It is something that people want to take just to be heroes like this individual, like these influential individuals. Now, move on to the strategy. I have some executions here, and the first is street and school activations. Now, the idea is this. Many people say they've not taken this vaccine because they don't actually know where to go to get the vaccine. Instead of waiting for them to come, let's take the vaccine to them in their streets, in the schools, every single place that they are. We take it to them, and we already have a customized van here. Free vaccines will be contained in this. This van will contain free vaccines and free medical checkup equipment, and also the speakers because there will be loud music to attract attention. So, because wherever there's music, people just want to know what's happening. Now there will be a van, and as people are getting vaccinated, we give them free face masks as incentive just to encourage them. And written on the face mask is this: you vaccinated just like me. So it gives a sense of belonging. People want to associate themselves with these influential individuals. You vaccinated just like me. The message is so simple. Then the next execution is the Just Like Me social media campaign. Now, this social media campaign will be placed on Twitter, Instagram, and even WhatsApp TV by influential TV people. There'll be a challenge on Twitter, the Just Like Me challenge, and even on Instagram. As you can see on the other side of the slide, this is Sadio Mane saying, I just got vaccinated, be a hero, just like me. So the hashtag surfaces, just like me, get vaccinated, hashtag, and everything like that surfaces. So it makes people feel like they belong. And once a random individual gets vaccinated, person can just go on social media, on Twitter, and just tweet and say, I just got vaccinated, just like Sadio Mane. I just got vaccinated, just like Dr. Okonjo Iweala. And it becomes something really, really cool. It's a trend. Then the next execution is the outdoor. Now, this we just do well in keeping the campaign in the consciousness of people to reinforce the message. And this is the plan. And I am very, very certain that if all these things are applied, it will go a really, really long way. Now, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that you must remember this every time, that people do not just accept things. They don't just do things. They do it many times because influential people are doing it. In conclusion, I'd just like to say that this execution, this campaign should be given a shot. And if it is given a shot, it will help other people also to take their shots. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, thank you. Please, do we have any questions? Do we have questions or comments from the jurors? We'll take one or two comments from the jurors for him, for you.
Yes, I think I have a couple. Can everyone hear me? Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, all right. First thing I'm going to say, Goodness, is well done for not exceeding your 5 minutes. I like the fact that you took time to lay out your ideas and your layout looks clean. However, I have a question. And the question is this: what informed your choice of heroes? Because I'm not a football fan, so I don't even know who Sadio Mane is. So the question I'm asking myself is, why would I want to be just like Sadio Mane? Who is he? That's one part. And then I'm also going to ask, I mean, you are using heroes. Okay, maybe you should answer the question first. What informed your choice of these people?
All right,
Yeah.
sir. So I said initially that okay, I picked these two people because I realized that there is almost nobody you pick that will resonate with every single person. So I picked Sadio Mane because I said it's going to resonate with the sporty people, the guys that love entertainment, the guys that love sports. So it's going to resonate with them. Then Dr. Okonjo realized somebody that almost everybody knows, being the World Trade Organization Director General. That's why I picked these two people specifically. I had other choices, but these people specifically. So, and also to create a sort of balance, gender balance also, so that we don't have certain issues. That's why I made this choice.
Okay, thank you for explaining. But I personally, and this is my own opinion, I think if you had left your choice of heroes, a lot more open, that way you can accommodate, other demography of people. Because, like I
Thank you very
said,
much, sir.
I'm not a sports person, so I don't even know who Sadio Mane is. And if I don't pay attention to the news, maybe I live in some thick forest, I probably would not know who Ngozi is. So
Yeah.
maybe something that has to do with using local heroes, because every locality have people that they look up to, maybe the chief of the town or the king of the town or the one prominent person in that community. That's just my comments, yeah. But well done.
Yes, sir. And I want to say yes. Thank you very much, sir. And I also want to say that this is just a prototype. The main idea is for us to use influential people. So it can even be anybody. But this is just a prototype of what I feel people are going to resonate with. So thank you very much, sir.
All right, duly noted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
I have a quick question as well. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. My name is Jonah, and I'm speaking from Kenya. So contextually, I might not have as much information in regards to your local heroes, but I understand the concept, and I agree with Udok that you could open it up so that your heroes are picked from a more locally relevant perspective rather than a blanket application of who you think might be relevant across the board. But then the other question that I have is, did you have a timeline for how long you're going to run this with particular heroes over a certain period of time? The reason I ask that is because heroes, in as much as we put them on a pedestal, are human and they carry human equity. There's things that happen to people that change their perspective. It changes the way that you see them. They're fallible. There's periods when a hero can change from being a hero to not being a hero because of something that they've done. So do you have a timeline that you're applying, or is this your idea was supposed to be one hero, let's say even it's a hero per locality, and this is going to run throughout the campaign, or were you looking to shuttle them?
Oh, all right, sir. Yeah, this campaign is meant to be a very, very fast one. The reason is that I already wrote there that I already wrote in the situation that these vaccines are going to get expired very soon. So it's to stop that time. Before that time, you need to get these people vaccinated. So it's something that is supposed to be very, very short.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Sorry, I don't know if it's a question or a comment. So basically, I know this is supposed to be a Pan-African campaign, and also the fact that a lot of the people who have aversion to taking the vaccine are your below the pyramid guys, basically because of the amount of information and knowledge that they have on COVID-19. From your choice of media, I do not see that you have catered to these people in your choice. So I would assume that you're using radio because radio helps you to reach the guys at the grassroots a lot more than you would do TV or social media. Even in terms of the breakdown for social media as well, I would expect that Facebook is one of the high points for you here because of the number of people that you would get on Facebook and the amount of interactions that you have there. So I think you should also note that going forward. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. So I want to say something. There was an execution for the streets and school activations. That's a sort of sensitization, and we're using the mobile van. We're just taking it to them, so it's a sort of sensitization, not just we just saying this one. Also. That's what I'm saying. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the next presenter. Next, Muslima. Yes, goodness, but I think she problem with her phone. And would like to use Moira Emina to join. She's using her system. Please, can you allow to visit my Emina?
Good morning, everyone.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Chidera Oniku, 300 level Mass Communication Unilag, and my project is tagged Vaccinate. I'll be sharing it now, sharing my screen now. Okay. Okay. So, sir, the network is bad on your end, so I can barely hear you. Can I move on?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Okay, so my project is tagged Vaccinate.
Hello. Yeah.
Can I move on?
Hold on, Chidera. Akintola, if you can hear me, your line is not really clear. We cannot hear what you are saying. So maybe you want to type your message so that we could read it. Thank you.
Okay, so my project is tagged Vaccinate. Now, what is Vaccinate? So following the global COVID-19 outbreak and then the subsequent introduction of vaccines, there has been an increased aversion to vaccination, particularly in Africa. Then it's been said that illiteracy and activities of conspiracy theorists have advanced this. Then one conspiracy theory that has actually stood out is the belief that vaccination is a propaganda tool to advance a new world system, the 666. No, so from this, we can deduce that vaccination has now been associated with a negative number 6. To curb this aversion, I am coming up with the project Vaccinate, which will introduce 8 positive impacts of taking the COVID-19 vaccine across 8 channels and for 8 months, May to December 2021. So these are the positive 8. The 8 channels are social media, radio, TV, newspaper, billboards, handbills, magazines, and SMS. So subsequently, we'll be going with a 360 media approach so that we can touch every strata of the population, because research has shown that apart from the uneducated Africans, the illiterate Africans that are averse to COVID-19 vaccination, a good number of even the educated ones are also averse to this vaccination, which is why we'll be going to social media, we'll be using magazines, TVs, and other media forms that people have associated with elitism. So I'm also here with, for social media campaign, we'll be using Twitter because Twitter has been seen to be a very authoritative source of information for the old and young alike. So on Twitter, we'll be advancing the hashtag vaccinate or get vaccinated. So again, we're trending a positive eight benefits of taking the COVID-19 vaccine across 8 channels and for 8 months. Radio will be utilized, and we'll also utilize language mix. I picked 3 languages, English, French, and Pidgin, which are spoken widely across Africa. And then it has a very high propensity to get to the rural areas. Then handbills, billboards, SMS, language mix will also be applied here, and then TV. So I'm also here with sample handbills I made in 3 languages. This is one in English that shows the 8 benefits of taking the vaccine. Vaccines are safe, it's not propaganda and all of that. Then I would share the one in Pidgin. This is it. Then we have the one in French. So justification for these 3 languages is the fact that it is widely spoken across Africa. So for social media, there's also justification for the influencers that will be used. We have Aproko Doctor, Dr. Olufumlayo, and Akriana. Aproko Doctor has over 1 million followers on Twitter, and he's a doctor, so it is not out to medical or health related stuff, and for him to trend the hashtag. Then Dr. Olufumlayo is also a Nigerian, but his advantage over the rest is that he's abroad, meaning he has there's a large mix of Africans following him, and his information that he tweets via his handle can be seen as very authoritative. Then Akriana is not Nigerian, she is South African, and then she runs an NGO that is also health related. Then she's also popularly known for her tweet, Ojirake Eng, that has over 38 million impressions. So because of this, she has followers from different countries all across Africa. And then she runs the NGO, like earlier said, deals with everything health related. So it is not out of place for her to trend stuff like this. So Project Vaccinate is going down to the grassroots. It's also catering for those at the higher ladder of the society, because we've found out that different people from different social classes are all averse to COVID-19 vaccination. So I think no strategy should be left out, no media channel should be left out. We'll go all out, we'll use billboards, we'll use handbills, we'll use radio, TV, and social media, and then SMS in different languages. So that's different languages, sorry. So that's basically what Project Vaccinate aims to achieve. So again, Vaccinate is presenting 8 positive effects of taking the vaccine to present a positive 8 as opposed to the negative 6 across 8 key channels: SMS, radio, social media, TV, newspaper, magazine, billboards, and all. And for 8 months, May to December 2021. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions or comments for her, please?
No,
Hello. Do we have any judges that's got comments or questions for her? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can. I have a question, but I've spoken before, if I'm allowed to.
Okay. Okay, please, if you're the only one that's got a comment, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, so Chidera, from a copy point of view, I like the vaccinate. It's very catchy and interesting. However, maybe you should put up the slide of the positive 8. So we'll look at the 8 points you want to push, because I'm thinking, if I'm not interested in getting vaccinated, which I'm thinking about, would these 8 points make me get vaccinated? Is it strong enough? Especially if I'm speaking to my house help or my driver, and I'm trying to talk to them about the reason to get vaccinated, will it interest them? Will it push them to believe that they have to get vaccinated? So I think you should show us that 8 points, because you just talked right past it. And
Okay, ma'am.
that's supposed to be the strongest
Okay.
slide, and you just quickly talked past it. So please, let's look at it again. Tell us about it. That's the first one. Then my second comment, in your 8 channels,
Yes, ma'am.
you omitted one that is very strong, which is word of mouth. You omitted that, and that would have covered the rural area and everybody you want to talk to, because in all over the world, statements from your family and friends are stronger than advertising, but you situated all your media on advertising. So you should take that into consideration next time. That word of mouth is stronger than most of the media you just showed. Thank you.
Okay. All right, ma'am. So these are the positive 8 that I hope push campaign. And then I know I probably didn't make this very obvious, but under the handbill strategy, one of the plans is to actually take you to rural healthcare centers with healthcare personnel doing the whole advocacy thing and pushing the positive 8 while distributing the handbills in cool languages. So I feel there is some of the word of mouth strategy embedded there. And then these are the positive 8. I also made in 3 key languages: French, Pidgin, and English. This is Pidgin. Can I move on to English?
Yeah, move on. You have taken your presentation initially. You only responded to comments and questions.
This is English. I believe I displayed that earlier. So I'll move on to French now. So this is more like a sample handbill or sample flyer. Could be designed to look more appealing. Well, I just made this for the presentation.
Okay. Well done, Chidera. It's a nice attempt. However, I stopped to look at the 8 points that Suzette mentioned earlier. And if I will be honest with you, the things that are written in there are things that they already tell us, the things that we already know. And people are still not taking this vaccine. So what can you tell people? How do you tell people 8 things that will make them throw away their conspiracy theories, throw away their false beliefs and ideas about the vaccine, and go get the vaccine? I'll give an example of one of the ways you can achieve it. Sometimes you could decide to come from the point of what they stand to gain after they get vaccinated. Rough example, if Baba Chinyere or Baba Chidera collect the vaccine, he go make sure the vaccine no go let the sickness catch your own people. So Baba Chidera, when he hears that, will think of it. So if I don't want to make my family die, I need to take this vaccine. Do you see what I'm doing there? I am using the outcome to, but when you say vaccines are good, they have been made under surveillance, they've done this. WHO and every other person preaching has already said that. Yes, go on, I'm listening.
Okay, one of the 8 points is it saves the lives of those around you. I think it's the 4th point.
Okay. All right. I hear you, but maybe it's in the way you have presented it, because it doesn't come, it's not striking, it doesn't hit us. But anyway, like I still said, it's a fair attempt. Well done.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Chidera. And that was the third presentation. I will please allow Moira Emina to join now. Moira Emina. I believe you guys can hear me now.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. I apologize for the delay. My name is Muslima Hidris.
Good afternoon. Muslima, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can share your screen and start your presentation. You have 5 minutes for your presentation and 5 minutes for question and answer.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Muslima Hidris from University of Ilorin. This campaign is tagged "Every Part Makes a Whole," because what is a whole without a parts? And what is a functioning body without a functioning organ? And for an attitude changing situation like this, there is a need for an involvement from everybody who are like a part to make the whole continue to stand. A brief was received to create an innovative idea on how to reduce vaccine hesitancy in Africa. Most especially in the fight against coronavirus. The target audience for this campaign will be individuals, families, communities, schools, and religious centers. The rationale for picking this target group is because coronavirus is a community-induced virus that affects an individual and also spread it to the next person. And if you are looking at it logically, the first person an individual will spread it to is going to be the person that is in close relationship or in a close space with them, which is either the immediate family, the community, or the religious place where they worship. The situation analysis: no belief in the existence of the virus. Till date, in some African countries, some still don't believe that the virus actually exists. And with that, is prescribing the vaccine for them is like prescribing paracetamol as a cure to headache for someone who don't even believe they have an headache. Embezzlement of funds by the government. So many people in their belief, as well as reported in national dailies, that the government are using COVID-19 as an element and hide it under the umbrella of corruption. Spiritual belief. African continent is one of the most spiritual continents where there is a high belief for a superior being. So it is easy to attach whatever happened to faith rather than it being man-caused. No trust in African health sector and cost-benefit effect. There are so many people who are not willing to take this vaccine because of the side effect they feel they are not exposed to and they're not willing to risk their life to it. And whoever actually took it are taking it because of the benefit accrued to it. That is the certificate they'll be getting for them to travel, and because their boss at their workplace enforced them or forced them to take it. After this analysis leads us to the big idea: Ubuntu, I am because you are. You may be wondering, why Ubuntu? Ubuntu is a Zulu South African language that means I am because you are. It's a connectivity concept that shows that the survival of A is on B and that of B is on C. And when it involves this kind of a community-induced virus like coronavirus, it means that the personal health risk of A is going to be a collective health consequences of B and C. The personal health risk of a father is going to be a collective health consequences of the whole family that is actually leading. So I am because you are. I am safe because you are safe. I am free because you are free. You are infected because I am infected. I am because you are because I am. This should be a tone that should be ringing in people's head. The execution plan for Ubuntu, I am because you are, is going to be run in an interpersonal communication and mass communication. As I said earlier, community virus is COVID-19 is the community virus that affects people and is transmitted from individual to another individual. And how do we fight this? First of all, is to bring a community involvement in fighting it. And for vaccine hesitancy, like COVID-19, we need to involve the whole community. They should be involved in this in order to fight it. So how do we involve the community. We do a reorientation for everyone in the community. We orientate to the schools, we orientate to religious leaders. Religious leaders will now reorientate their congregations because it is believed that people believe more what their religious leader actually speak to them rather than even what their government said to them. Mass communication, advertisement, a storytelling with an emotive and connectivity concept to be run in a traditional and institutional concept. That is, we use family, community gatherings, schools, and places of worship to run the adverts. When people see that they're responsible for the other person, and whatever happens to them is going to affect the other person, so they know that I am because I am, and you are because you are. You are because I am, and I am because I am. That way, you are responsible for me, and whatever happens to me is because of what you have actually made me experience. Channels of communication, we have words of mouth, we have television, we have radio, and we have out-of-home media. The words of mouth will be used for the interpersonal communication, most especially with the community involvement. Television, radio for the mass communication. Out-of-home media will be as a recording to the recording materials. For the evaluation, Ubuntu I am because you are will be an effective campaign because Africa places so much value on relationship, that is the person that is close to them. So when we make them feel that they are responsible for the other person well-being is in their care. So there is a need for them to join hands together to make it effective and make everybody that is close to them safe. And the only thing that might prove as a threat to the campaign is the conspiracy theory of this population reduction agendas are imposed by the dominating country. I am because you are is going to be effective because every part makes a whole, and everyone is a part that makes the whole of the universe. So we need to make each other say, I am because you are because I am, and they have because that is particular that, and this is this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I will yield the floor to the judges. Do we have any comments or question for her? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Can I?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
But you sound quite, your volume is low. Could you please turn it up?
Okay. Okay. What about now?
Still the same. Not really.
Okay.
Much better.
Much better. Okay. I was using the earpiece. Sometimes these things don't work very well. Okay. So I was just saying that we have comments or questions for her, so we could take it from the judges. I particularly enjoyed that presentation.
I have just one question, if I may.
Please go ahead.
Sorry, this presentation is Muslima Idris, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So Muslima, how do you say Ubuntu in local parlance? How will the Igbo man, what is Ubuntu in Igbo? What is Ubuntu in Yoruba or in Hausa?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. From the brief, it is said that creating a better Africa, Ubuntu has an African taste to it. So I don't want this the campaign to just be English alone. I want to add a taste of Africa, which is why I made Ubuntu. And Ubuntu is a South African language. So using that is going to cause create a kind of synergy with other African countries aside from Nigeria alone. So that is why it is started. So I am because you are. It is a popular slang used in South Africa, sir.
Okay. So just to write on Uduak's question, you actually took that out of my mouth. So I like the presentation, but in terms of the messaging to the target consumer, what would it be? In your material, in your comms, are we going to be telling them Ubuntu? And when they hear Ubuntu, they automatically just know, oh, this person is telling me to go take the vaccine. What exactly is the consumer facing line? What's your communication line? What's the message?
Okay, ma'am. What it is that we are coming to the community level, that is the grassroots level, which means that the adverts that will be run is going to be run in a community setting, that is family gathering. From that, people are going to be shown two contrasting things. One where they actually don't care about the vaccine and see how they end up making their people that are close to them in a close relationship affect them. Why another video will be shown, like another adverts where people are you actually took the vaccine, and then you see how you end up making your environment safe. Because if a father took the vaccine, it can easily influence the rest of the family member to go for the vaccine as well. So that is the message that I'm trying to pass, that I am because I'm trying to save, I'm trying to play safe, to stay vaccinated, because I'm also trying to let you be safe as well.
Okay, so Muslima, I have a question based on that. I don't know if you heard Uduak's question. How would you drill this down to other parts of Africa that do not speak the South African language? I know Ubuntu, but that is actually based on exposure. People at the grassroots, do you intend to drill down to the local languages? Is that the plan?
Yes, ma'am. The diversity of Africa is the reason why I added the English. Every part makes a whole. I am because you are. So we can focus the message on every part makes a whole. So let people know that you need to put hands together to make the country or the world a better place and a safe place. So I am going to tell people I am because you are, and I'm taking this vaccine because I want you to also take it and for you to stay safe as well.
Okay. Thank you. I think we'll move to the next person.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Thank you, Muslima, for your presentation. Okay, the next person, La Olobayo. Please, can you allow Nino La Olobayo to join now? Hi, Niniola, can you hear me? Okay. If you can hear me, you have 5 minutes for your presentation and 5 minutes for question and answer. You can share your screen and start your presentation immediately.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Niniola, and I'm here to present the 999 campaign. With over 4 million cases of COVID-19 and over 1,000 deaths due to COVID-19, coupled with the availability of the COVID vaccine, people are still hesitant to take this vaccine. And this hesitancy can bring about more deaths, even than the virus itself. But then there's a good news. And the good news is that there's a solution to this problem of hesitancy. And the solution is the 999 campaign. Due to some of the teachings of the religious leaders, people are hesitant to take the COVID vaccine because they feel that it has something to do with the mark of the beast 666, which was referenced in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18. Though this is one of the many reasons why people are hesitant to take the vaccine, it is the major one because people trust religious leaders to teach them aright. And so in order to change people's perception about the fact that the COVID vaccine has something to do with the mark of the beast 666, and to also debunk the various erroneous beliefs that people have about the vaccine, and to give them a psychological shift, I decided to flip the message on its head. And so when you flip the number 666, you will get 999. 999 is an emergency number in 6 African countries. And then I thought, why not use this code as an emergency code to help people learn more about the vaccine and even help them request for vaccination? The 999 campaign will be used to preach the 99.9 protection that people stand to get when they take the vaccine, and to also be used to debunk the various erroneous beliefs that people have about the vaccine. Now, if you look at the right side of my screen, you see 2 phones that shows how the 999 works. The 999 is a USSD code with different menus. The first on the menu here on my screen is the COVID-19 guidelines. The second menu is the facts about COVID-19. The third menu
vaccination feedback. The fourth menu, vaccination centers. And the fifth menu, the call a doctor option, where people can be able to request for vaccination. And if you also look at the other side of my screen, you will see the various facts and statements that debunk the various erroneous beliefs and myths that people have about the COVID vaccine. And then one might want to ask, what about other erroneous beliefs? The 999 is a short code that not just only addresses all the myths and erroneous beliefs that people have about the vaccine. Drawing from research, I realized that people lack adequate knowledge and information about the vaccine. And so the 999 will serve as a social mobilization platform to help people, to educate people, and to further create awareness on the need to get vaccinated. As we all know, it's a social media word, it's a digital word. The 999 campaign will be deployed on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook in order to reach a wide audience. And social media influencers like Aproko Doctor, Natasha Tahane will be retained to share messages on their platform to debunk these various erroneous beliefs and also to encourage people to get vaccinated. And I also strongly believe that thought leaders with Pan-African appeal like Fela Durotoye, Ellen John Sirleaf, and the like will be instrumental to this campaign. They will be featured in videos of them debunking the various notions and myths that people have about the vaccine and also telling them about the importance of getting vaccinated. Now, the flash hashtags for this 999 campaign will be vaccine is not 666, hashtag 999, hashtag 99 protection with vaccines. Now, for the print and digital ads, I prepared picture illustrations that come with copies that debunk the various erroneous beliefs that people have about the vaccine and also educate them. Now, for the first print ad and digital ad here, it says vaccine is not 666, thou hash 999 hash to no more. The vaccine is not the mark of the beast. And also you can see two Africans here who actually died due to the coronavirus. And this is contrary to the popular belief that Black people do not get the virus. And also children are not immune to the virus and your children can get the virus from you. To round off, the 999 campaign is best to combat the issue of hesitancy, COVID vaccine hesitancy in Africa for three reasons. One, the 999 does not just debunk the various erroneous beliefs that people have about the vaccine, but it also serves as a social mobilization platform to help people get vaccinated. Two, the 999 are three recurring numbers that can easily get stuck in people's mind. And so when they think of 999, they think of vaccine and they need to get vaccinated. And 999 is already an emergency number in 6 African countries, which even makes things easier. Three, the 999 is a short code that can be used to request for vaccination and also give vaccination feedback and testimonies of those that have already been vaccinated, and in order to encourage others to get vaccinated. And finally, do it for love, just like me, dial #999 hash to know more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll take questions from the judges or comments, questions and comments.
Thank you.
Sorry, like the network is breaking, I cannot hear.
Yes,
Yeah, we cannot hear you. You're not very audible.
Are we allowed to talk now? Can we go on?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Niniola, I'm going to say well done. Your presentation is quite interesting. I like the fact that you've been able to take the mark of the beast and give it, a spin. So well done on that. I think that's brilliant.
Thank you, sir.
Although the one comment I have is because from what you presented, I saw that everything is leveraging on the digital and social media. What plans do you have for my grand and the great grandmother in the village who don't use smartphones? How will 999 get across to them, even when they don't own smartphones?
Okay, so I made mention of the digital and the social media ads, but these digital and social media ads will also be put on flyers and handbills that can easily get across to the people in rural areas. Because for the print ads, when you see billboards, people cannot easily read on motion. But when you give people flyers and handbills, and you are able to get, one is able to get across to their various local governments with those flyers and handbills, the message will get across to them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question or contribution from the jurors?
I have a question. It's Niniola, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Please.
So I understand what you are trying to do with the whole 666, right? But then technically this would only apply to Christians, because I don't think Islam have as much interest in the words, in number 666. So what's the plan to get that part of the population interested in the COVID-19?
It is much more than that. It is an emergency number, and it debunks the various erroneous beliefs. It's not just focused on 666. And if you could remember one part of my slide where I talked about what about other erroneous beliefs. The 999 code does not just debunk the various erroneous beliefs, but it also educates people and serves as a social mobilization platform for every aspect, for every people in society to be able to get vaccinated.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, thank you, Niniola.
Thank you.
Okay, you can leave now. Okay, I think that will be all the presentations that we'll be having today, and the 5 presenters have done the presentation. So, hi, Farhan. I think Farhan just joined us now.
Hi, I'm really sorry. I had electricity issues which prevented me from joining earlier.
Okay, no problem. I would like to know when did you join us? Is it on the 2nd or 3rd presentation? So for us to know
Around
how
the 3rd
we can include you into the
Yes.
3rd. Okay, so that's fine. So we informed the jurors to just take note of the scores on the sheet of paper, and the rate will be over 10. So you look at the materials and their presentation and you score them over 10.
Yes.
I hope that's clear.
Yes.
So at the end of the presentation, you will now pass all the scores to Udwak Samuel. So for him to compile all the results and forward it to me. And from my end here, I will pass it to the Dean of the Faculty, Temitope Jamerigbe, to make the announcement of the result.
Cool, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine. So, and all the jurors can please forward their scores to Udwak. So accordingly, starting from presentation 1 to presentation 5. So you just have to list the name of the student and score them. So next on the agenda here is just to get some contribution from our jurors or word of advice and on all the presentations they've seen so far, and try to make recommendations for the students, because it's not easy to come up with this kind of ideas, especially when they are students and they are still able to come up with this, and this initiative needs to be commended. And so I would like to invite each jurors to just use 30 seconds, up to 30 seconds to 1 minute, to please make some recommendations to the student. Let me start with Suziet. Suziet, can you please come forward to just recommend or make some contribution, a final contribution?
Okay, so well done to all the students who participated in this competition. There were really some very interesting ideas. There were very interesting ideas. The only issue were probably the executions, but then again, we understand that they're students. But one thing I want each one of them, both the 5 finalists and the others who took part in the competition, to take back with them is that they should always stand away from their idea. They should stand back and think, if someone were to do this, will it convince me about what they're selling or what they're talking about? Because you can get carried away with your idea and fail to realize that it's not speaking to anybody but yourself. So you have to take yourself out of that idea and look at it, or give someone else to look at it, someone that is not part of that job, to look at it and say, yes, this will convince me to take action. Because if it can't convince anybody to take action, then that idea has failed. So you have to understand that it's not just coming up with a fantastic idea, but that idea will make someone out there take action. That is the most important thing about the idea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Suzette. And let me call on Jumoke to also make a recommendation or contribution. Hi, Jumoke.
Hello. Good afternoon again. Good afternoon, everyone. I would start by saying well done to everyone who's presented today, and congratulations. So even if you do not become the final winner, you're still the winner. For you to have been shortlisted out of all the options that we got to judge, it means that you had done something worthwhile. So I think the key thing I would want to leave with us is also riding on what Suzette had said, because most times when we come up with communication, it also happens to people like us who work in agencies as well. You're too engrossed in the power of your idea that you do not filter it through the lens of the consumer, because you feel this idea is the best. You're not thinking how would it be perceived by the consumer, what's their need state, what's the day in their life, how do you actually speak to them and let your message sink. And which is why if you understand your consumer, every other thing just falls in place. You're able to know, okay, what kind of messaging would I be saying to them, where would I meet them, what channels do I explore. And if you've noticed, the question that I had asked was basically around the fact that, yeah, who are these consumers and what channels would you use to speak to them? If not, you're just going to be doing communication for communication's sake. It will massage your own ego. It would not live up to its expectation or meet the desired objective. So always think of the consumer first before you start anything. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jumoke, for your contribution. And let me call on Bolanle Akintomide to please make our own contribution too. Hi, Bolanle.
Hi. I actually think it's all been said. Anything you're going to create, any communication you're going to come up with has to focus on the end, on the person that is going to listen to it. How is the person going to understand what you're trying to say? You have to be willing to listen through the filters of what these people are going through. It's very easy to get caught up in what you feel are very beautiful ideas, but then at the end of the day, it's always going to be the consumer that is going to take in this message. You have to be willing to craft whatever it is you're trying to tell in such a way that will be easily understood by these people. And you also have to be conscious about the fact that despite whatever mediums are available to you as a person, you have to be conscious about what mediums are available to that person. How are they going to get access to this information? What is the best way to get their interest in whatever it is you're trying to tell them? Always the end goal that you should be focused on is how you can get this message across to the people that you intend to listen to this. That's all. Thanks.
Sorry, you're really breaking up. It's very hard to hear what you say.
Akintola, you're breaking up. We cannot hear you, please.
Hi, Farah. Can you hear me, please?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
I think what they want to say is the Farah should.
I just suggest that now that you're clear, we can hear you. Can you just advise us the order that the remaining jurors will speak, so that even if you kind of like go off, we can still continue. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, after Farhan, we now move to Udwak. After Udwak, we move to Jonah. And after Jonah, we have Temitokwe.
Hi, guys. First of all, thank you to everyone who participated. I think there was some very interesting stuff. Coming up with an idea is never easy. So congratulations to you guys for actually trying and being brave enough to present your ideas and put them forward for the world to judge. Everything else, I think, has been said in terms of always look at your target audience, kind of look at what mediums are available to them. It's all been said, and I think those are very valid points. Over and above that, I think always push your idea into some sort of a cultural context wherever possible. If it's just going to be information being given for the sake of information, it's not going to cut through. And by culture, I don't mean traditional culture, but also modern. Like, is it like something we can latch onto, something that can become a conversation in the future? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Farhan. So I'm just going to give mine and be as quick as possible. First things first, well done. I saw beautiful nuggets in all that everyone, presented. However, I think a lot of the panelists have said pretty much what I have to say too. The goal of what we do in communication, it's to communicate, basically. And you need to know who you are talking to. And the moment you know your target audience, then you can talk to them in a language that they pretty much understand. So even when you want to generate your ideas, start from, okay, who is going to consume this thing? And then you walk backwards from there. And like one of the other panelists said, I think that was Suzette, sometimes step back from the work, because sometimes you have it all up in your head and it looks very beautiful and, heavenly. But you might want to take a step back from it, have someone else look at it, because there will be things that you will not see. And then someone else will see those things, and it just makes you a better creative and communicator at the end of the day. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Jonah. Can you please make some contribution?
Yep. Yes, I am. So, thank you, Udwak. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll go on.
Yes,
I think
yes, we can.
Okay, great. One thing that I picked up, which has been pretty much echoed by everyone, is don't let the novelty of your idea eclipse the practicality of your application. Like, I feel there was some strong ideas, but then when it came to execution, then that's where they really got watered down, not just in this particular execution, but looking at the judgment as a whole. But then the other thing that I feel came out strongly for me, and I don't know if it's reflected with some of the other judges, is that the clarity of the presentation, even before today's presentation, the clarity of the PowerPoint or the PDF that you put together, in a lot of cases, in the way you communicated yourself when you actually presented it. So you could see strong visual representation in the PDFs that we were using to judge. And then today when they've spoken, then it has been reiterated by the people who made the presentations. So when you put your work together, consider the clarity of the work that you put together, and the PDF. A lot of times it reflects your mind state, and it reflects how easy it is for us guys to understand the idea as well. I think that's it from me.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone from TikTok? Just 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I think my comments will be more from the perspective of just encouraging the presenters. Everybody's points is been made, so I need not start repeating it. But I think it's in place to just commend you. Considering you're still students, you've actually tried. You know, people who would have perhaps struggled a bit with the fear of the things that be thrown off when they're asked questions. So I commend you guys and say we're looking forward to receiving your likes in our industry. I think at the end of the day, really, the excitement is on this side of the table. To have listened to everybody and what you had to present in terms of response to the brief that you received. So well done and thank you, but please do take note of all of the comments and observations that the jurors have made.
Okay, thank you, Pepe Tokwe. Hello, I hope all the results have been passed to you. You can forward them today when you have.
Yes, they have.
Okay, that's
okay. So
okay. You can forward them to me.
Okay, I will forward them to you via email, bar.
No, you can do it on chat here. So I'll just copy and do the calculation here.
Okay. All right. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
But please remember not to send to the general, to everyone. You know, that's a very possible error. And so the winner would have been announced before we have the opportunity to announce. Thanks.
Okay, while we are still waiting, do we have a singer first here? Maybe among the participants. Someone that would like to give us a song or just entertain us for just some minutes before we get the results. Chidera, Goodness, Theodore, Nidiola, Miss Muslima. Do you guys have something to give us? Whether a song or a poetry? Okay. We are still expecting the result from work.
Yeah, I think if you could ask one of the participants, not the people who made the presentation, just to share their experience from the sessions that they had, not the people who made the presentations. So any of the other participants who are listening now could raise their hands and we unmute them to share their experience at the sessions.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. And do we have any participants here that would like to share his or her own experience and future creative leader seminars or competition? Please, you could please raise up your hands and you are allowed to speak up. We just unmute your mic and speak.
Or maybe it's a lecturer that would like to say something while we have the time.
Okay. I think I recognize the presence of Professor Uyemo Olushola, and we have Professor Olayinka Obakari, Egbokari from the University of Ibadan, and we have Mr. Amasuja from NIT. You're welcome, sir. Okay. Sorry, we are still compiling the results here. Just for us to identify.
Good day. Sorry, can I speak?
Yes, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay, good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Uche, a student of the Communication and Language Arts Department, University of Ibadan. And although I didn't join early, I joined late, but then I was able to get some tips from the panelists. So they said something about staying close to your idea, like trying to give someone else your idea to like check out if it appeals to audience, like if it speaks to the target audience and not just. My question is, bring yourself out of your idea, because I was just with what I had. I believe it was a very, very good idea, but then at the end of the day, it felt like I was doing rubbish. Besides, I had a whole lot of ideas, but then I didn't really know how to like present it to the panelists for them to see things from my own point of view. So the first question is, how do you bring out yourself from your idea? While the second question is, what are the things panelists look out for when judging in picture festivals like this or any advert pitch? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, Temitope, would you like to say something on this?
Hello. Well, the truth is removing yourself from the work, and if I get you right, you were saying that sometimes even when you were presenting, you're not so certain in terms of being able to remove yourself from the work you presented or something. Sorry, could you just sum what you asked up a bit? I lost you in some part of the presentation. I'm out in a place that's a bit noisy, so I'm having to move from place to place to be able to facilitate this. Sorry, could you wrap up that question just in one sentence, what you want in terms of feedback?
Okay, I want to know how you would remove yourself from your idea, an idea that looks so great to you. Like, how do you remove yourself?
Okay. Yeah, so I got what you were saying. How you remove yourself from your ideas. The truth is, sometimes you run the idea by somebody else. That's before it gets to the point where you're being reviewed and everything, and not being sensitive with feedback. So if somebody expresses an opinion or gives a feedback about it, not getting defensive, is to take what has been said. If you listen to a few of the questions by some of the judges to the panelists, you would, if you're a little sensitive as well, you will pick where some of you were actually very close, were holding very closely to what it is you had shared. It's feedback, and it's okay to actually note that, oh, there must be merit here, and then go back and relook it based on the feedback that you've been given. You know, if I give one of the example, the lady who shared the idea about Buruntu or something like that, when the comment came from one of the judges to say that, okay, how about local languages? You might lose your audience. It's to take from that immediately and say, oh, fantastic, that's one of the things I would add on. There's nothing wrong with accepting it, taking it on board, and finding ways to work it into what you have done, rather than saying that, maintaining that. No, even if I'm going to be speaking to people in local communities and all of that, where they have exposure, I'm going to still maintain Burundi, and that's why I said it in English as well. No, you don't know it all. You're learning. So those feedback would help you to stay true to improving yourself. I don't know if you get what I mean. So when you receive those feedback, share your thoughts, share your ideas. When you receive the feedback, weigh on it, look at it, you can take what will work and help you to improve what it is you've done. Most of the time, people feel when they're given feedback that is different from what they had thought, it's almost like a criticism or a condemnation of your concept or whatever. No, that's not what it is. You would, I mean, judges were really being nice. Sometimes you'll be sitting in front of, when you join us in the industry, you'll be sitting in front of the client and you get outright washed down on what you have presented. You need to just learn over time. I'm sure as well as you train, you would learn how to take the feedback and how to remove yourself from the work that you have done. You have done the work quite all right, but you didn't do it for yourself. You did it for an audience. So if you love it, an audience is saying it's not working or it's not catching in on me or it's not connecting, then if somebody is giving that feedback, you need to just take it. Thank you.
All right,
I hope.
thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think I got the result from Bolanli, Suzette, Jonah, Jumoke, Oduak, and any more results from, let's see. Okay. What of the software? Have we forwarded the result to Oduak?
No, I did not.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. We can work
I
with the
assumed the judging today is just the jury. I listened in and all of that. I'm waiting until but I have my scores here. Really?
Okay.
Should I send it to you or still send it to you?
I think you could do with the one that just use the average of those that have been sent to you, so that
To you, yes. I think so, because I am almost certain that we would align.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So we just leave it to the scores of the jury.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, let me call on Mr. Nambi to please give his closing remarks and vote of thanks to everyone. So I don't want to just be working on it. So
Okay, thank you, Akintola. And we've been struggling to hear you. And I know you've been swapping from 2 networks, and yet we still were not able to hear you. But it's been a good event anyway. And I just want to say a big thank you to all the jurors, the dean of the academy for the great work. I know that looking through 34 entries isn't a small work. I know how it is when you look at proposals for 2 proposals, 3 proposals. Now you have to look at 34 proposals. And this is in between other things that you have to do. So we really, really appreciate the great work that you have done. And I also want to say congratulations to everybody that has participated. Call yourself a winner, because I know that you're winners from your various schools. These are the top 3 from each department. So if you are selected from your school, you're already a winner. So by the time you get here, you've started winning from somewhere. But if we are looking for top 3, we know that not everybody is going to make it. And for this particular session, we were looking at top 5. And the reason why we wanted to narrow down to top 5, we would have liked to hear everybody. But if we decided to hear 34 people present, you know that it's going to take a week, especially because we are now doing this online. In the days when we used to do this live, we used to listen to everybody. I can remember Udwak and Suzette have been part of those live sessions, and we listened to everybody. So this is the situation that the world has found itself in at this time. So we have to make the best out of what we have. And that is also why we're doing this online. These are not the best of times. Traditionally, at this event, we usually have people who qualify to move on to participate at the Cannes Lions Roger Hatchell Academy. But for 2 reasons, the first being that there's a winner from last year who hasn't traveled, and we're still thinking about what is going to happen with his slot. Then secondly, the festival was the physical festival, because it's holding digitally this year. Last year, it didn't hold at all. So the physical event was canceled this year as well. So it wasn't possible for the students to gather. The Roger Hatchell Academic class at Cannes Lions is a program that every young person usually looks forward to, because you have students coming from all over the world, and they all gather in one class, and they're able to interact with the leaders of the industry also from around the world. So it's really a dream event for any student who plans to practice advertising or related fields. So, what do you do in this kind of situation? Our policy here is to move on. The show must go on. So we decided that all our programs we hold. That is number 1, including this academy session. And in moving forward, we can say that Picture Festival has been really the biggest that we've ever had, even under the circumstances. In terms of the entries, we've had more entries. We've had jury members from more countries. Everything has gone on better than they've ever been, including this particular FCLA class. We also have faculty members who have come not only from Nigeria, we have people who are participating from other countries. So you say when there's a challenge, it's an opportunity to excel, actually. It's an opportunity for you to conquer the challenge, and in so doing, you probably arrive at something better. So this challenge we've had has also enabled us to do better than we've ever done. And also, we are appealing to some of the faculty members who are not from Nigeria to help ensure that their own students also begin to participate in this and get all the benefits that the academy provides. We try as much as possible even to reach out. Originally, we were appointed as in Cannes as representatives for Nigeria, but we began to look after more than Nigerians across Africa. And we keep getting requests for us to bring people from other countries. For instance, in the Young Lions, we have people who participate in Young Lions we've had participants from Ghana, we've had participants from Benin. So we keep trying to bring in other people from Africa. You know, we always say that Nigeria must show the big brother role because Nigeria is 200 million people. And almost everybody, if you see 1 in 4 Africans, that must surely be a Nigerian. So, so we want other schools across Africa to begin to benefit from what we're doing at FCLA. And part of the benefits that we intend to offer for this year is because what is more important about this competition is that is the feedback that the students get from the professionals. You know, the life in school is different. By the time you finish from school and start working in an agency, then you discover that there's a big difference between what you've learned in school and the way it's practiced in the different offices. But right now, I know that because we've been interacting with a lot of schools recently, and I know that many of them are trying to bridge this gap. Some of them are actually bringing professionals into the school in order to also have sessions with the students. So a lot of the schools are doing a lot in order to change things. So we also launched an initiative under the Creative Club where we have students being mentored if they become student members. So I can say that everybody that has participated, the 34 members that have taken part, they all become, we're offering them free membership, student membership for the Creative Club, and they get all the benefits. And then we'll organize regular mentoring sessions so that it's not only a one-day thing, but around the year, they have regular interactions with the industry, which could also help them to facilitate internships and all things like that. So the other prizes that come with this, like I mentioned, participation in the Roger Hatchell Academy. This year, there won't be immediate participation in the Roger Hatchell Academy, but then the 3 finalists will also have the opportunity of participating next year. Not the 3 of them really, because only one person can go from one country. So what it means, we don't want the people from this year to lose out completely because it's not their fault that there has been a pandemic. So the 3 finalists and the 3 finalists from next year will compete for the single space of want to give everybody a chance. Of course, I know that some of them may no longer be students at that time. We'll look into that, and we've had situations where people who are doing their youth service are invited to also take part in the Roger Hatchell Academy, but we don't want them to lose that opportunity. So we're going to keep their records, and when it's time for that, we'll make sure that they also have the opportunity to be selected. And we normally also, because we want to encourage what the lecturers are doing in school. So we want to encourage a situation where students are able to interact with their lecturers more, that they are able to take their work outside regular lecture periods and say, this is a project that I'm working on. And we know that many talented people may not also be people who make the top grades in school. So we want a situation where lecturers are able to say, I know that this is not the highest scoring in theories in my class, but this person demonstrates the level of creativity that I think is worthy of nurturing. So that is why they are the people that are with the students all the time. They even know these students even more than their parents. So that's why we encourage this kind of bonding. And we usually reward the lecturer that has worked with the best performing student with the FCLA Best Lecturer of the Year award. So we'll be doing the same. Of course, because this is virtual, we'll be shipping all the awards later. And then we'll also be recognizing the top 3 students with the gold, silver, and bronze medals. And we'll also be giving out, we thought about this year, we didn't get some of the usual sponsorship because of the way the environment is. Brands have letter G to do things like this. But like I said, for us, the show has to go on. So we will not be giving direct cash prizes, but because that's not in our tradition, but we'll be giving vouchers for all the participants to be able to make purchases for books from the Creative Club bookshelf. And we'll be giving vouchers of $200 to the top winner, $100 to the second winner, and $50 to the third place winner. So, and then we'll be shipping the cup to the school, and probably find a way for photo ops so that we can have something to share. But I guess at the end of the day, everybody will be happy to be part of this. And we don't really like to say goodbyes, but so when we start with people, we just intend that it becomes a relationship with the students, with the lecturers, with the jury. And so I just want to say, whoever wins, yes, big congratulations to you. And also congratulations to everybody that has taken part. And congratulations to all the participants. You all have done well. We all know that you are students. And many of us, when we were students, we couldn't do what you are doing now. But we want you to be better than us. That is why we are pushing you. So, and you know that the world that you live in is now more competitive. So if you want to be at the level of your parents, you probably find it hard to cope. So that's why you have to be better than the last generation. So well done, and thank you to all the jurors. I'd like to especially thank the dean, and I want to hand over to the academic dean. And finally, I want to invite you to watch the Picture Awards show starting at 6:30 today. It will be on TBC Entertainment by 6:30 and TBC News by 8 o'clock. And you can also log on to picturefestival.com and watch it online at 6:30. So thank you, everyone, and all the best to everyone.
Okay. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, Temitope.
Yes, so
Please.
the results are
Okay,
in.
sorry. Okay, let me send I made some changes. Let me just send that to you. Please disregard the one I sent to you before.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, no, I said you should disregard those ones. I will send the correct result to you now before you make the announcement.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to put the name of the schools there so we can just.
I think you have done that. I got the one that has the name of the schools already.
No, I make a mistake on that.
Oh,
I made
there
a
was an
mistake on that.
error.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
an error there. So we don't want
the winners
to.
remain. It's just the name of the school
Yeah,
you're changing.
it's just
Yes,
the name of
I
the schools.
I
I
just
just want
thought
to
we
change.
should say that so that people understand what
Okay.
modification we're doing to it. While we are waiting for that, I think I can go ahead and announce the lecturer of the year.
No, okay. Please wait.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
All right.
It's still the same. I need to make those changes, please.
Okay. All right. No problem.
Okay.
I have another engagement.
Okay, I've sent the result to you now.
All right, thank you.
Okay, have you seen it, please?
Okay, yes, I have.
Okay.
So the results are in after the judging and all the work. As indicated earlier, we congratulate and recognize every contributor and every student that participated. I'll just go straight into the announcement. I'll start with the lecturer of the year, Dr. Ade Boji.
Hello.
Hello, yeah?
I sent the result to you now.
Oh, you have sent it. Oh, okay. All right then. Okay, I've seen it. So the results are in. Oh, I was working with.
Okay, please work with the one I sent to you, please.
Okay, then. All right.
For us
So
not to
start
make
with
a
the
mistake.
announcement of the results of the participant, the students.
Yes.
In third place is Niniola Olubayo from University of Ibadan with 6.83 points. In second place is Theodora Ojedegbe, also from the University of also from the University of Ibadan. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
Second place. And then Goodness Okusoya from the University of Ibadan as well with 6.92 points. So we have her as the winner. Goodness Okusoya is the winner of this year's competition.
The
And
winner
lecturer
of the 2021 FCLA
of
competition
2021
is
FPL competition. So congratulations
Goodness
to you.
Okunsoya from the University of Ibadan with 6.92 points.
2 points.
Winner of the FCLA competition. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, Goodness.
And then the lecturer of the year is Dr.
We bring from this school. Oluwuyi from the University of Ibadan.
From University of Ibadan. So congratulations to all the winners. You had the prizes already. We wish you the very best.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
now we will now announce the school of the year. The school of the year. Okay, I will send the result to you now. Automatically, University of Ibadan becomes the school of the year.
I would
Okay.
expect to. I would expect to.
Let me.
So the
let
school
me
of the
send
year
the
is
result to you.
University of Ibadan.
Yes.
Congratulations.
So, congratulations, everyone. When I was told that there were 3 people from University of Ibadan as part of the 5 finalists, this has never happened before. So this is the year for University of Ibadan.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well
You
done.
can turn on your
Hello,
microphone.
Goodness. Do you like to say something?
Yeah,
Say something.
in fact,
Okay,
we are bewildered. We don't even know what to say. We don't know what to say. Wow, thank you very much.
You guys
teachers,
just
first of all.
carried everything like that.
Wow.
Like, I'm so speechless.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Is Dr. BC
Thank you
here
very
with
much.
you?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
Dr.
he
BC is
is.
here with us.
Oh, hello, Dr. BC.
Hello.
Yeah. Good day, sir. How's everything, sir? Congratulations, sir. Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, congratulations. Would you like to say something, please?
Everyone.
Dr. BC, would you like to send a message to us? Just an appreciation, a vote of thanks. Okay. Okay, thank you, everyone.
I think network is bad, so you could just close.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to all jurors. I really appreciate. Thanks to the Dean of the Academy. Thanks to Jonah Otieno. Many thanks to Farah Miza, Bolanle Akintomide, Baruch Apata, Uduak Samuel, Jumoke Akinyele, Suzette, and thanks, everyone. Thanks to the team. Thanks to the organizers. Thanks to the students, the lecturers, and the
Welcome.
FCLA supervisors. Really appreciate your time and your consideration. Okay, so see you next year in 2022. Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone, and congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. And congrats to all the winners. Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you very much.